Welcome. Bloody welcome. Yes, I'm saying bloody again. Bloody, bloody, bloody. I'm going to make it popular again. Good morning. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the show. This show is called
Sunday Chat.
Indeed it is. We're filming on Friday this week. Vendredi. C'est le vendredi.
Did you have to say
Aujourd'hui.
good morning to your teachers?
I can't remember.
We
We used to have the
used to.
register.
No, I mean sort of each...
Good morning, Mrs. Doodoo. Whatever.
Oh, yeah, no. So as a
Yes.
class, you did.
No, I don't remember. It was a long, long time ago, and the mists of time faded. Long gone.
In our first year at school, well, in secondary school, I'm sure we used to have to say
No.
good morning, Mr. Major,
Oh,
or good afternoon, Mr. Major.
Secondary school, no. You couldn't get anything out of anybody. It was just mayhem because we had registration forms.
Yeah, we did.
And
Everybody
then-
did, didn't they?
Well, no, in the first few years you were all together. In the first 2 years you were like together
What do you mean?
as a class, and then you were split into your different subjects and stuff.
Yeah, but you were a form.
In this,
surely.
in third, fourth, and fifth year, we had a registration class, and then you went off into your different subjects.
Well, we had I was Newhouse, and
New house.
New
what
house.
does that mean?
It was the new house because we had, instead of forms, we had houses.
We had houses as well.
Yeah. So, well, there we are. Why are you asking what house was then?
Well, they were separate to the forms.
No, you were. I can't remember what the other houses were.
Oh, it doesn't matter, Paul.
And yeah,
Details.
we would have our registration, and we would have our housemaster who would register us. Yeah, and then we would go off. We would have then assembly
Yeah, lovely.
after that.
Is this going to get any more interesting Paul, than this?
Well, no, I was just thinking. We used to
Yeah,
sometimes
anyway,
go
move
across
on.
the road to the
Move on,
Roman
labouring
Catholic
the point.
Church. So yeah,
Really?
yeah.
How interesting and absorbing and engaging, Paul, that was.
And the houses, we had different colour stripe on
we
our
had-
tie.
We had little badges, I think, and we had to sort of get merit marks, and build them up for the house
Oh,
by doing good things.
We didn't have that.
I didn't do any good things at school.
I'm sure you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Sure you did quite a lot of bad things.
Oh yeah, it was fun. Best days of my life, I can tell you. Lovely. I loved school. It was just a crack.
And you learnt a lot.
Well, I got 6 O-levels and 3 CSEs, I think you'll find, Paul, and that was doing very, very little.
Yeah.
So that was natural talent.
So if you've got six what O-levels?
O-levels, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It wasn't bad.
I think I got 6 by like Tuesday.
Oh, what do you mean by Tuesday, Paul?
Well, like by the end of the week I got
no,
3
that just
times as
didn't.
many.
That didn't land. That joke. I can see it on the floor rolling around, helplessly, waiting for me to stamp on it.
Like silky nutmeg and that. No, Eureka was
Let's
rolling,
get
wasn't it?
on
Yeah.
with the show, Paul.
Oh,
Everybody's
yeah,
switched off
yeah.
now. It's just us.
Yeah. Well,
Just
that's
us.
okay. What are we going to chat about then?
I don't know.
You got a list.
Oh yeah. So welcome to new subscribers, and we've had a few this week. I've noticed.
A few is 2,
Bloody welcome.
isn't it?
As few as 3, Paul. I think
As
you'll
few as
find.
3. So we've had 2 or 3.
We've had a number of. We don't reveal our subscriber numbers.
No, since we got to 7 million, we've stopped.
Yes, there's
Pointless.
no point in counting
Pointless.
anymore.
Yeah.
So welcome to new followers on other platforms like Instagram. I'm loving Instagram.
Are you?
I love it. Do you? Twitter, I have absolutely no idea why anybody would ever use Twitter.
But you see, Twitter people feel the same about Twitter as you feel about Instagram.
I never look at Twitter. I have no idea what goes on. No, just no point. It's like it's just like Instagram. Pictures and words.
That's what most social media is.
Yes.
I mean, actually, it would be rather odd for social media for people to post blank posts, and then people could go, "Oh, yes, that's really interesting." But actually, it's a blank post, so there needs to be pictures and there needs to be words.
Yeah, well, the blank post would probably be far more interesting than half the posts out there. I can tell you.
That's true.
Anyway, down to the weather.
But not
now.
on Planet Vegetaria.
No, Planet Vegetaria is fantastic.
Yeah.
No, it is. It is. It's the
is.
best group on Facebook.
It is, yeah.
Anyway, weather. Richard and Paul's weather report. Welcome to the weather with Richard and Paul. It's been a lot calmer, hasn't it? A lot calmer.
And colder.
Cooler, calmer, but I'd rather have the calmness with the coolness and the beauty.
The bizarre thing is, I was reading yesterday, the rundown of August from the Met Office states that August overall in the UK has been warmer than usual.
I'm lost for words because it's been so bloody cold.
But you see, the thing is, it's been colder in the south and the southeast.
But not in the north and the
Scotland.
places up there.
Scotland and Glasgow. Glasgow. Is that right?
I don't know. I've never been. I've never been to Scotland.
Have you never been to Scotland?
No, Paul.
Well, I was going to say I've
Never been to Ireland. Ireland. I've been to Cornwall though. That's a separate country almost, isn't it?
Almost. Yeah, almost. But yes, it's if it's actually been colder in the south of England than
we've been using a
August.
blankie of an evening, haven't we?
We
Paul?
have. You have.
A nice fluffy blankie.
So yeah, but when you actually average it around the country, it's been warmer. How bizarre.
Yeah. Anyway.
Yeah. And it looks as though it's going to continue being sort of a bit like this, but they're still saying that there's going to be a hot spell in September.
Well, a hot spell in September's not too bad because it's all getting a bit more mellow in September. The light is mellow, the evenings are cool, the mornings are cool. It's delicious, September. I love September.
And the wonderful thing is, if you're going through a marsh and you see that sunlight, you realise it's marshmallow.
But it's marshmallow, Paul.
Yeah, but it's a play on words.
It's not a very good play on words. So we've got a thank you to say, haven't we, Paul? Thank you to Linda.
Absolutely.
Lovely Linda.
Absolutely.
Who sent us a gorgeous box of fresh tomatoes. Isle of Wight tomatoes.
Isle of Wight tomatoes.
Were they actually from the Isle of Wight?
Yes, because it would be difficult to call them Isle of Wight tomatoes if they came from Egypt.
Well, I don't know whether it was just a brand.
No, I think it was something like Arcola or Carnia vinery that they came from.
They were delicious. We've eaten virtually all of them.
We have not.
Well, we've been eating them every day.
We have.
Fresh, juicy, blight-free tomatoes.
Yeah, we've got half a box left and really enjoying them. So thank you very much.
Thank you, bloody thank you, Linda.
I think for lunch today we should have some toasted bagels with tomatoes on and cheese.
So that's lovely. Any more thank yous, Paul, to anybody else?
I think just thank yous to everybody for
Just
being
thank you
so
generally.
lovely. Yeah.
General thank you.
Yeah. Not a general with a big G, because that would be like major and general and things like that.
My lips are dry.
Are they?
Mm.
Do you need some chapstick? Why is it called chapstick? That
Chapped
sounds a bit
lips.
rude.
Chapped lips.
Oh, right. Not chap stick.
Oh, I see what you mean, Paul.
Yeah, I'd never thought of that.
Chapped lips. God.
Do you want some chapstick on your lips? Whole new meaning there.
Paul, I think that was rather saucy and naughty. Let's keep it in. I won't edit that bit out. It's been a busy week as usual. I've decided to do a few jobs, haven't I, Paul, around the house?
Well, you decided to do a few jobs,
Well,
and then they sort of...
It all went a bit strange yesterday. I was going to clear out the utility room.
Oh, yes, you were.
Yeah, I was.
Yeah.
That was my plan. I wanted to clean out the utility room, do the oiling. Don't you start miming, Paul. I didn't mime through your stories. Mind you, there was nothing to mime to. Please don't. It's off-putting
You could
seeing
have
things
mimed.
waving in my peripheral vision.
Chapstick, you could have mimed.
Sorry, what?
You could have mimed chapstick.
Don't even think about miming a chaps. Well, it's easy. There we are. Oh, they feel more moist already.
They could make a male sex doll of you, couldn't you?
Yes.
Yes.
That's
yeah.
right. As long as I get the royalties.
Absolutely, yeah.
I don't know how that would work. Anyway. Oh, you've put me off now. Busy housework week. Housework week. Week of housework. That's it. Utility room.
Yes.
Utility room. I wanted to oil the worktops. I can see what you're doing. Just keep them there. I have got peripheral vision in the lower part of this eye, Paul.
Ah, yeah.
I was going to oil the worktops.
You're doing it now.
Yeah, I can do it. It's my story. And clear out and dust and clean and do all the lovely things. But before doing that, I thought I'll give the dressing room a quick clean and sort out. There was an issue. There was an issue with one of our rails that's fixed to the wall. I noticed that it was slowly coming away from the wall due to the weight of the clothes, basically. So, plans changed.
Well, you came downstairs, didn't you?
I came downstairs and told you the good news that there was potentially an issue with the whole rack coming off the wall. Yeah, well, it would have been like that. It would have been like that.
Well, no, it wouldn't actually, because it's lots of clothes, so it would go on.
Well, why did you do the tornado mine?
Well,
then, Paul?
because I forgot there'd be clothes that would soften the blow, so it wouldn't make a noise.
It would have made a noise.
It would have made a noise.
And it would
You'd
have
have
broken.
made a noise,
I'd
wouldn't
have
you?
gone insane.
Yeah, he'd have made a noise.
So I decided to have a good clothes clear out. 4 bags. 4 bags. Like bin liner bags. I've arranged for a charity collection. Whether they'll come or not, I don't know. I'm not going to say who the company is. If they do collect and it all goes well, then I'll let you know who it was. But they're meant to be coming on Wednesday, so 4 bags of clothes cleared out, dressing room rearranged so to not put too much strain in a certain area. Are you doing it with your face now? It took me all day. I started around 10:30 in the morning and finished around 7 in the evening. With an hour for lunch and a couple of tea breaks, of course. But it was a really good job to do. I'm so pleased we got through all the clothes, sorted them out, just keeping the things we use.
Yeah, I mean, it's what we were talking yesterday. You know, we've got clothes that we don't wear, so.
But they're clothes from long time.
Yeah,
I mean,
they
they're
are.
old clothes. There were some worn out things. There was some brand new things that we'd never touched.
Yeah.
Some white shirts, dress shirts, They're going in the recycler. That's it. Somebody else can use them.
Yeah, and get the benefit of them.
You know, there were some old bits and pieces, you know, T-shirts that we never wear, T-shirts that I just don't like. Gone, gone, gone. I don't need any rags.
No.
I mean, I could think about repurposing and retailoring, but frankly, I want them out, gone, finished. All to charity. That's it. So it was a really good job. It was something that I've been actually meaning to do for a long time. If you have a room with clothes in it, you realise that the amount of dust that clothes cause is just crazy.
That's why they're better away.
Spaced out a little bit.
Well, yeah, they should be spaced out.
Well, they are now.
Yeah.
Because there's plenty of room for air circulation. There's no clothes stuffed in corners and things like that. It's all clear and just looks so much better. So I'm really, really pleased.
And we can get to our smalls easily now.
Yeah, we can. Yeah. Anyway, the day before that, what did I do? What was I doing the day before? I spent all afternoon. Oh, that's it. The top of the house. I cleaned the top of the house.
Oh yeah, you tidied the top of the house.
I tidied your desk.
He did.
Which was the thing is, Paul, darling, the thing about a tidy desk is it's easy for me to clean.
Yeah, yeah.
When it's covered in little pens and little bits and pieces and papers, I can't get to it, Paul, to clean it.
I think I've done well over 20 years getting to the tidiness that I have now.
Yes, I've trained you very well, Paul. I think you'll find. Anyway, so that was a busy afternoon, Wednesday afternoon. Thursday, all day yesterday. Today's doing this.
While you were doing that yesterday, I was going through all our cookery books.
Oh, yes.
So I got rid of quite a lot of meaty ones, and they went off to Ziffit. And there are some that it says we're currently not taking this title.
Yeah, they're very choosy, aren't they?
They are, but that's fine. So I did another batch yesterday, thinking actually some of these were sort of meat and were general cookbooks, but good ones. And others are sort of just vegetarian. So I'm keeping all of our Tamazin Day-Lewis.
Oh, yeah.
I'm keeping all of our Delia. But everything else I just stripped back. So I'm keeping the vegetarian, the vegan ones. But anything else that I'm not using, even for reference, regularly, I decided to get rid of those. So some are going to Ziffit. But then I've got about another 30 cookbooks, which I thought, I'm going to have to take these to the charity shop. We've got a great initiative just up the road from us called the Store Cupboard.
Yes.
And it's basically, you need to register, but it's a place, it's not like a food bank, but it's a place where those who register can go in, and I think they pay something like £3.50 for a shop, and they get about sort of £15, £20 worth of goods, which are sourced obviously from overstock and things. I'm not sure what the criteria are, but I'm sure there is a criteria like that.
Yeah.
And I emailed the owner, who also works for the charity of William Hobbain that owns the land of the community gardens and the allotments. And I said, do you know somebody who could use these books? Because I could have just put them on Facebook, but I thought I wanted them to go for a use. So she came back to me and said, can we have them at the store cupboard? We can use them on shelves as decoration, and we can also give them away to people.
Yeah, great.
So, that's really fab, because
Brilliant.
I know it's going to a really local initiative. To help in how the initiative looks, though I must say it looks fab. It does look great. But also with recipes for people to do when they're looking at their shopping.
And it means our shelves are a little bit clearer.
They are.
What I'd like you to do, Paul, if you don't mind, is to distribute the books that are left in a more equal fashion.
Oh, I
on the
will
shelves.
do. I will do.
So small ornaments can be placed as points of interest.
Well, no, I thought what I'd do is I'd bring the other cookery books that I've got upstairs, downstairs.
No, they're a display.
What, the cookery books?
On the shelf, that's a display.
I'm not allowed to use them.
No, you put them back on the display.
Right.
You can actually bring them down if you want to. I can rearrange my display.
So I was pleased to get rid of about another 40 books overall. Some going to Ziffit, yeah. What I found really interesting though is when I was doing the Ziffit, there was some really nice books that were like 40p, cookery books that were 40p, but really nice. And then I looked at some Scott Mariani paperbacks that I have, and they were sort of like £1. It was sort of like, wow.
Crazy. Crazy. They're very choosy, Ziffit, I find.
I think they all are. They all are.
Well, you know.
I mean, Ziffit, I think it all goes to World of Books. World of Books is a big, big second-hand trader. Yeah.
Lovely,
so I
Paul.
did that.
So busy week, sorting things out, getting stuff done. Active. I felt active yesterday. I was knackered.
Yeah.
Was knackered. But I pushed through the pain. I did. I found housework painful.
Poor you.
No, my knees were really...
Well,
At one point I twisted my knee.
Oh, that's not nice.
Getting down off of the step thing. And it was quite painful for a while.
It will be.
It was. Yes, it was. I just can't go on. So that's good. And Paul, you've got some news, haven't you, about your blog?
Oh yes.
Yes, Paul, exciting news.
So a Guernsey gardener.
Make it exciting.
Do you want to say it?
No, make it exciting, Paul. Make it interesting.
So my blog, which I haven't been doing of late, but I really wanted to get back into this year, and a Guernsey gardener in London, I've actually been approached by the Guernsey Evening Press, which is the main paper in Guernsey, and I'm going to be doing a monthly column in the Guernsey Evening Press called A Guernsey Gardener in London. So it's going to be very much like that, the blog. It's going to sort of look back at memories in Guernsey of growing with Dad and Mum and the family, whilst also looking at what I'm doing at the moment. So that's really exciting.
I think it's excellent.
And I mean, apart from my copywriting that I used to do in my work, for West End shows and that type of thing, it's the first time that I'm being paid to write a column for a newspaper. So I think that's really exciting.
It's fantastic, Paul, and you will remember to tell them that it was me that came up with that name.
It was you that came up with the name, yes. And you're going to be doing some photographs as well.
Oh, yeah. Because you're certainly not.
So that's really
Lovely,
exciting.
Paul.
That's likely to start the end of September or the beginning of October.
Now, is the Guernsey Press available to people who don't live in Guernsey, Paul?
It is available online, yes.
Available online.
So we will be sharing that when we can.
Oh, that's absolutely lovely, Paul.
Yeah.
Super. You also want...
What's next?
Oh, yeah. You also want to talk about Vanessa from For Earth's Sake and the Orchard.
The Heritage Orchard.
Yes. Oh, what is the Heritage Orchard? Heritage
Orchard.
I can't say it.
No, you can't.
Heritage Orchard. It's a bit of a tongue twister.
Tongue
Twister.
Tongue twister.
Tongue twister. Tongue.
I mean, it is odd, the English language,
Come on.
isn't it?
Tell the people.
So yes, Vanessa's got land where she lives, and it's basically a large field. She's got several large fields, and in an area we're going to be planting an heritage orchard.
No, a heritage orchard.
I know, but that's A in modern. In old, it would still be Anne. And heritage orchard.
You don't pronounce...
Heritage.
Well, it's like if you say an historical study.
You don't then, no.
You don't.
No.
You can also say a historical study.
You can.
So it's a heritage orchard.
A heritage orchard.
Oh,
So we'd already marked out 35 areas where the trees were going to be planted, so allowing 8 metres between them.
how did you mark them out?
With bamboos
Oh,
and with bits of paper on top marked with a number.
lovely.
So we had the fabulous Peter May from Brighton Permaculture came and saw us, and he has been planning and planting orchards all of his life. I mean, such a knowledgeable guy, not surprisingly. And we just had a lovely 2 or 3 hours with him. He brought his spade or a spade, and in about 5 or 6 of the holes or the areas where we're going to plant, he dug a hole just about 2 spades wide and a spit and a half deep. The spit is the depth of a spade, not with the handle, just the spade bit.
Why don't you say a spade deep?
Well, because it's called a spit. I mean, it is a spade's depth, but it's a spit, that's what it's called. So, and the reason that he was doing that was to look at the soil type, because we know that the area where Vanessa is can be quite clayey, quite a lot of clay. And the great thing was that most of the holes that we dug were actually pretty crumbly and loose. So even though it's a clay soil, it isn't a compacted clay soil like Vivi has. However, in the middle of this field, which I think is possibly where horses and cows used to graze more in the middle, it is more compacted in that area. So when we do the planting, we will be digging bigger holes in those areas to ensure that there's greater drainage in there. So we did that for an hour or an hour and a half, going around the field, digging the holes, and then we sat down with a cup of tea and chatted about the heritage varieties that we would like. And because it's on the Sussex border, there's going to be some Sussex varieties in there as well. So that's really lovely. And we had to change our plans somewhat for what we were going to do, because we were going to be digging holes in November and doing planting in January, but quite rightly we're doing the holes and the planting all in one go between mid-January and mid-March. So I'll be following that along with a week at the plot, and we're also most probably going to be starting a For Her Sake YouTube channel as well, and putting some of those up there, some of the footage that we're taking. But there is a segment on the holes being dug in this week's A Week at the Plot, which will be up tomorrow. So we'll put a link to it when it's up. Yeah.
Hurrah!
Yeah.
Hurrah!
Oh, but yeah, that was lovely.
You said that. You said that all good. Move on now.
And it's not just going to be apples, it's going to be pears and gauges and plums. So yeah, heritage fruit orchard. I've finished now.
Oh, I'm so pleased. So we've got an upcoming day trip planned. We're going down to Kent to see friends. And we're going to visit Dungeness,
which I have never been to.
Neither have I. So we're going to enjoy that. Lovely.
Are we going to see a certain person's house?
I hope so. You'll just have to wait and see. There could be a small video. Maybe. Possibly. Paul! What have we watched on television this week? What have we watched on television this week? Quite a few things.
We've watched...
in these cold evenings.
I'm going to say Countdown again because we're so enjoying it.
Of course we have.
But there's a particular contestant on Countdown at the moment that is really fabulous, isn't he?
Doing very well.
doing really, really well.
Going to be an Octo champ.
Absolutely, I'm sure he will
Today.
be. Monday.
Today's Friday.
Oh, yes, he is. Yeah, today. So if he wins today, I thought it was Saturday.
No, today's
Gosh,
Friday.
I've lost my days. Yes, so he may be an Octo champ today.
Yeah.
Oh gosh, how
Yeah.
exciting! But he's been great. He's again a gardener, and really, it's just been great.
Yeah, thoroughly enjoyed that. Professor T.
We watched the last in the current series of Professor T.
Very good.
Really good one. I thought it was a really good one. This last one.
We watched the second episode of Annika, which we are absolutely loving.
Yeah.
Absolutely loving it. It took a little bit of getting used to when she breaks the fourth wall.
Yeah.
Because that happens throughout each episode. And it also took a little bit of getting used to the breaking the bit where she breaks the fourth wall is usually comedic.
Yeah.
But it works so well because it's really illustrating her character.
Mm.
And you really get into her character, and you also understand that, in life, comedy can coexist with the darkest of moments.
Yeah, absolutely.
And actually, if we can all work on that a little bit more, the darkest of moments could feel a little lighter. There's comedy in everything. Literally. Well, maybe not everything, but most things can have a comedic element to them.
Yeah.
So, loving it. Loving the music, loving the cinematography.
Yeah, fabulous.
I think it's a winner.
Yeah.
An absolute winner, and it's had good reviews.
And for those of you who don't know, breaking the fourth wall basically means talking direct to camera. So it's taking you out, that character takes you out of that immediate moment and has a conversation with you direct to camera.
The fourth wall is, in theatre...
In theatre, darling!
The fourth wall is the proscenium.
Yeah.
The proscenium arch, which separates... It's an invisible wall that separates the players on stage from the audience. If you break the fourth wall, you break that wall and you talk directly to the audience. So that's what the fourth wall means.
Refers to.
In generally in theatre. Most sitcoms and TV programmes exist within the four walls. So, you are a fly on the wall in these people's lives, essentially. But you've got certain sitcoms that break that. Modern Family.
Modern Family, yeah.
Where they look at camera.
There's a few others. I think the interesting thing is not really seen it done that much in murder mysteries and murder dramas.
No, I've never seen that.
Yeah, I thought that's what's interesting.
It is interesting though, isn't it? Because when people accidentally look at the camera, it can be really off-putting. And there's a few instances. Margaret Rutherford, blah, blah, blah. She used to accidentally look at the camera a couple of times, but it was so brief that you barely noticed it, but it can be off-putting.
It's interesting you mention that because we were watching something this week. I had no idea what it was. And one of the background actors looked directly at the camera. It may have been Murder, She Wrote or something, but not one of the leads, but one of the background actors looked at the camera, and you just knew that actor was looking at the camera rather than beyond the camera. And it really drew the eye because it's so odd when that happens.
Yeah, it is. Anyway, I guess we're breaking the fourth wall all the time.
Yeah.
All the time. We're used to it now. We love the camera.
We have no walls. Oh, ice creams.
What?
Walls ice creams. Do Walls still make ice creams?
Drag Race, All Stars.
Drag Race, All
The
Stars.
Game Within a Game is over.
Oh.
We won't say who won that, but we're getting to the end now. Almost at the finale. Good show.
I thought it was a really
I'm enjoying
good.
it.
I thought the last two have been really good.
I'm
and
really enjoying
Silky
it.
Nutmeg Ganache.
Oh, she
My
killed
opinion
it.
of her has just rocketed.
She slayed. She slayed the lip syncs.
Absolutely.
Whoa.
Absolutely.
Brilliant.
Absolutely.
And just entertaining, that's the thing. If something is funny, genuinely funny and entertaining, you're going to love it.
Yeah.
You're going to fall in love with that performer. And I kind of have. And I didn't really like her that much before.
No.
Because
no.
she was a bit cocky.
Yeah.
That was it. But no, love her.
Yeah.
Love her.
Yeah.
Looking forward to a new Vera.
Yes.
Have you murdered somebody, love? Because if you have, I'll find out, you know. I wonder if she'll say it. Have you, love?
So yes, that starts.
And you say there's a new endeavour as well, Paul.
Well, I think.
Is there?
Well, I saw that it's starting. The new series is starting in the autumn.
Is it?
So I think now we finish Professor T, we've got a run of Vera, which will most probably be
4 episodes.
4 episodes, and then I think it'll be going into Endeavour after that.
I wish
Because
they'd make
after
more.
that, they start doing their Christmas schedule.
Mind you, Annika's only 6.
Annika's only 6, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, you know, it does fascinate me, the difference between drama in the UK and drama in America. You know, I mean, there's
Why, Paul? Why?
a series called FBI, which I'd rather like, and it's 21 episodes per series.
Yeah, quality, value.
You know, but I mean, is it? I mean, there's nowhere as good as Vera or Endeavour, I have to say. But
So
you know,
anyway,
long series.
and you
Well,
told
Bosch
me
was short, wasn't it? Bosch was 7 or 8 episodes. So yeah, I mean, there's a mix, isn't there?
So you also said there's a new series called Vigil.
Vigil with Saran Jones, and the reason I mention it is because Sean Evans from Endeavour is also in it, and it's about a murder that happens, I think, on a Navy submarine.
Oh, I know you mentioned that last week, Paul. I can't watch that. I would find it too terrifying.
Too claustrophobic.
Maybe we'll give it a go and I'll look through my fingers.
with all the water. Yeah, he doesn't like.
Silence.
But you know they do the
Silence,
there's a bit which
Paul.
is a bit of Saran Jones when she gets lowered down onto it. It reminds me of Kate Bush.
Silence now, Paul. Silence. It's the end of the show. It's time for Word of the Week.
What were?
Word of the Week. My word of the week this week is... Well,
Does that mean somebody who can talk eloquently but you can't really understand them? Because
My
there's quite
word-
a lot of that, isn't
My
there?
word
There
week.
was somebody on a radio
Shush now,
program
Paul,
I was
silence.
listening to the other day. Even I couldn't understand what he was saying.
My word of the week is... No, seriously. My word of the week this week is ambisinister. 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 Yeah.
Is that something that is scary in many ways?
Ambisinister. Oh, ambisinister. He was ambisinister. Ambisinister.
Yeah, I think we got the word now. Yeah.
Ambisinister. She's ambisinister.
Does it mean scary in many ways?
He's ambisinister.
I'll give him my
I think
thought.
she might be ambisinister. What? You're not guessing?
I guess you haven't told me that I'm right.
You want to
or
know?
not yet.
What? No, you're not right. What I would have said.
Well, ambi.
Said.
does that mean two or many? Does it mean two or many? So like ambidextrous, when you can write with both hands, you're ambidextrous. And sinister is scary, which is why I was thought of scary in many ways.
The root of sinister is not, actually.
Is it somebody who has many noses?
No. Shall I put you
No.
Hurry up.
Because I thought it could be sinister.
No.
Is it somebody who doesn't care about anything?
No.
Is it somebody that cares about everything?
No.
I don't know what it is.
It's the opposite of ambidextrous. It's somebody who is clumsy with both hands.
Oh, really?
Mm.
Oh, that's
But
interesting.
sinister comes from the word for left.
Right.
That's its root. It means somebody who can't do stuff with both hands. So, for example, she couldn't play the guitar. She was ambisinister. You wouldn't be able to play the guitar or a musical instrument.
But I can't either. Am I
You're
ambisinister?
ambisinister, Paul. I'm sorry. That's why I chose the word. So,
but I can fork.
it's doing something with both hands.
Badly.
When you're ambidextrous, you can do things with both hands
Equally
well. So when you're ambisinister, you can't do things with either hand equally well. You're clumsy.
Or if we look at it in a more positive way, you can do things with both hands equally badly.
That's it. And that means it's the end of the show.
Have you got another what were?
No, that's it.
Jazz hands! Do you remember jazz hands at what was it? Where did we go? That where we met up with Jane. Malvern, yeah, jazz hands at Malvern.
I'd rather not talk about that. Anyway, let's say goodbye, au revoir, adieu, adieu.
Oh, I'm reading. Well, you went into French then. I'm reading From Here You Can't See Paris, which Vivi has lent me, a book that she enjoyed, and I'm just getting to the end of it. Oh, it's a lovely book.
Good. That's lovely. Super. Say goodbye now, Paul.
Bonsoir.
Bonsoir.
Well, it might not be the
Au
evening.
revoir.
Yeah.
Bonjour.
That's hello.
Au revoir.
Bonbon. Bon bain-marie. Bon bain-marie.
Shush now, Paul. Just calm down. Calm down now. That's it. Thank you for watching. Thank you, bloody thank you. Take care of yourselves. We'll see you very soon. Goodbye. Just stop it now. Stop breathing.
Stop breathing.
Breathing now. Thank you. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.